have with us Mr. Bhaskar Bose, Head Manufacturing, Jakson Green Infinity Private Limited. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Jakson Green Infinity focuses on electrolyzers.
Yes.
Would you, in brief, if you can talk about the company?
Yeah, Jakson Green Infinity is basically a concept baby of Samir Gupta ji and Vikesh Ogra for getting into sustainability. Green as such, really green. So when you say energy, from the day we knew what is fire, what is energy, it was all hydrogen on the earth. But the thing is, we never knew that we are emitting carbon dioxide or carbon components when you are utilizing the hydrogen energy. Electrolysis is basically when you are producing hydrogen, you are producing oxygen. You are not producing any carbon component out of it. So back end, whatever your power is, renewable power or some sort of energy like nuclear power or whatever, blue, black, grey, whatever you say, electrolysis process is totally a green process. So when they thought of getting into the green scenario, like Jakson Green was conceptualized, then I came across with them and it happened that we started a baby called Jakson Green Infinity, which is absolutely a manufacturing unit for electrolyzers and its immediate BOPs, which are the technical part of ingredients of the electrolysis system. We started in 2023 and right now we have already developed one 1.6 megawatt system. We will be producing another 7.5 megawatts for NTPC, and I'm expecting also a few good orders from private sector. So I think yes, hydrogen is slow, but it will come up.
Sir, when do we see megawatt plant or a large project in hydrogen coming up?
See, IOCL has done the tender, so it is a 100 megawatt capacity. Now BPCL, NRL, everybody is coming up with the government tenders in your refinery segment. There is also a policy talk about the fertilizer system, so there is a bid out. If the bid is actually done properly, then you can say you will see quite large scale hydrogen plants. Private players are also upcoming because when you talk about small capacity plants, your capex goes from $7,000 to $8,000 per unit. Same thing when you go on bigger size, your capex comes down to $500, $475. So viability is on the volume. So end of the day, everybody is working towards hydrogen, so we have to go for big plants. It's niche, so people are little cautious. Europe has crashed. Europe actually tried to go it big way, then they crashed. So there is also a demand versus supply gap. Still, it will go on maybe 2-3 years down the line, you will see that, okay, large scale hydrogen, these are all pilot now. 100 megawatts, 150 is pilot. 1 gigawatt, 2 gigawatt will be the actual plant capacity. So that will take approximately 3-4 years to come in.
So gigawatt plants will be operational by 29 or 30?
29, 30, yes, absolutely. If you have to go for international policies, by 2030, we have to show some significant steps into it. So 2030, I am expecting gigawatt plants will happen.
And what are the challenges right now, sir?
In India, we identified mainly 3 challenges. One is the material, that is the ecosystem or material availability. Then you have the applicators or the producers of the material, like your OEMs. And third is the skill set. Till now, we were doing so many hydrogen plants. Means I myself have done more than 100 plus units, but those are small. 50 kilowatt, 100 kilowatt, 300 kilowatt max. Now we are talking about gigawatt scale, megawatt scale. So that scale up will require some sort of different skill set. So there are 3 major things that we have identified. One is the raw material. One is the applicators who are not capable now in India, but we have to develop them. And the third is the skill set to deliver it properly because it has to be safe also.
So we have mastered the kilowatt.
Yes.
We are in the stage of moving towards megawatt.
Right.
And in the next 3 years, we will move to
Yes,
gigawatt
when you come
scale.
into derivatives like exporting ammonia to Japan or exporting ethanol to Europe, we have to be in gigawatt scale.
On the electrolyzer front, sir, there are many technologies in existence in the country right now. Which electrolyzer technology will gain majority market share?
See, basically there are, as on date if you say, there are 4 types of electrolyzers. Alkaline bipolar, PEM, then anion exchange membrane. It is alkaline, mix of alkaline and PEM, and then solid oxide. PEM uses noble material, not available in India. Even globally it is very scarce. So PEM has its own limitation. Alkaline is cheap. It is proven also. Alkaline and PEM both are 40 years old technology. Now when you say AEM and solid oxide, they are still test tube baby, or you can say lab grade, not big size. Alkaline will remain in the market at least till 2050, 2060. Alkaline will remain because it is most robust, economic, and capex, not capex driven. Then the field will come up, like in gigawatt scale, or when you go on bigger scale, then your AEM and SOEC will take up the place. But again, as you look into the application, everybody is not going to do gigawatt. Megawatts will remain there. So alkaline, all over globe, if I say 60% will be alkaline, remaining 40% will be shared between 2-3 technologies.
And how do you see the cost dynamics from $5 to $1.5 or
See,
$1?
$5 to $1 doing electrolysis actually is not possible because it is water hungry. You need to put DM water. So per liter of DM water, you consume approximately 3 to 5 liters of natural water. So it is water hungry. It is power hungry. It draws 4.8 kilowatt DC per unit production, whereas other technologies will draw 1.8, 1.2, something like that. But when you look at the scenario of getting marginal price benefit, it has to be on a larger scale. Like when I say small kilowatt level, your price is coming out to be $7,000 to $8,000 now. And when you go into megawatt, it is coming out to be $500. So when you go into gigawatt, it will further come down. The ecosystem should grow. Raw material scarcity should eliminate. So there are people who are doing development on getting normal materials into the system, not the rare materials. So the price will come down. But again, 10-15 years you have to wait.
And what are the new projects that you have backed and are presently in execution mode?
In execution right now, we have delivered 1.6 megawatt of plant to a premier customer. We are executing another 7.5 megawatt for NTPC, which will be used into methanol production, like a byproduct. And then we are foreseeing this big tenders from refineries, which are almost due in next 1.5 months, approximately 180 megawatts put together. Equal amount of inquiries I have in hand for private players, big players. So it's a mix of government and private. You can say 50-50 ratio is going on.
And I see in Bina refinery also you are setting up a green hydrogen project.
Yes, Bina refinery, our EPC team, that is the Jakson Green EPC team, they are putting up the hydrogen plant. Even in Lara, they are putting the hydrogen plant. Infinity is basically the manufacturing unit.
Okay.
So my work is up to the workshop. All these projects are done by our EPC team, where you are doing ethanol, methanol, all derivatives. And BPCL Bina, it is directly hydrogen. Then in Bokaro, Cell Bokaro, it is basically mixing into the steel mill.
Okay.
So there are various applications. EPC is doing good. And as manufacturing arm of electrolysis, we will be backing them in that way.
And for large scale projects, your factory is at what position right now, sir?
Right now, my capacity is I can produce 300 megawatts of electrolyzer system per annum, single shift. We have recently taken a new factory facility on a long-term lease. It is a 30,000 square feet of area.
In Noida?
In Noida. Earlier we were operating from our solar module factory. It was a single bay. where I could produce 1.6 megawatt. So I feel even there is an opportunity to cater to 500 megawatts, I can do per annum, no problem.
And any suggestions to the government on green hydrogen?
See, I'll not say suggestion to the government, I'll say my recommendations. Green hydrogen is a niche market. It cannot be taken as a competitive market, so it has to be supported duly. Now, policies should be drawn keeping in mind that the ecosystem is not ready, industry is not ready, and we have to support the system to grow on its own. Means it's just like a baby. You handhold a baby till 5 years. Then you think about putting him into the school and then growing up, then he starts earning. It's all the same. The process is same. You cannot just put the baby into the water on the day one, okay, you start swimming. So it has to be joint collaboration between industry, academia, government policies, and yes, awareness. Like when we say Har Ghar Jal, Har Ghar Shauchalaya kind of thing. So if we make the people conscious about what they are doing by burning petrol and diesel and kerosene, they might think of, okay, we should move ahead and burn hydrogen. Then they will not feel, okay, it is costing me 700 rupees versus 100 rupees petrol. Because end of the day, whatever natural resource you are taking up, if you try to neutralize it, it will cost same way. All the ETPs, all the FGDs that are in place, they are consuming power and money.